Hey everyone, welcome to my video, welcome to my channel. I decided today to talk about basically Mother's Day because it's coming up next Sunday and I am a mother, and I'm sure a lot of you are mothers, whether you've given birth or you've adopted or an honorary adoption, play mom, all of that. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. I just want to get on here today and talk about the fact of dishonoring your mother and your father. Now, I said I wasn't going to get on here and discuss this today. And I've been like, okay, let me think of something else to talk about. Let me find another topic. Let me think of something else. But it stuck with me. So here goes. And I'm not doing this to hurt anyone or, anything like that. Throw shade or whatever. I'm not trying to do any of that. But basically, that statement sticks true with me. God tells us to honor our mother and father. And even if you're not a Christian, the people who brought you into this world, and not only brought you into this world, but gave birth to you, the person who gave birth to you. Now, unless they just did the unspeakable, and I know everyone has their own unspeakable, then that's your mother or that's your father, so you don't, certain things you just don't do. So I just want to get on here and, just let you guys know, as a mom and speaking to other fellow moms, you do the best that you can as a mother with raising your children, bringing them into this world. When you're pregnant, you're trying to make sure you eat right, drink right, get enough exercise, go to your doctor's visits and everything to make sure your child is healthy and happy when, give birth. And you're all excited and, you may be even a little nervous, especially if you're a first-time mom. But basically, you go through the whole thing, for the most mothers, we do our best to provide for our children, to raise them how they should be raised, whatever your faith is. And you want to make sure they're happy and healthy, right? So, but then you should also teach them that no one is perfect. You should teach them that love, that's what you should teach them about, is love. And I know you would say, okay, that's a given, as long as you're showing it. But sometimes it's not. So you should really teach your children about love and how they should treat everyone. Excuse me. So when your children get older, and they live their lives, they go about their business, making their decisions, good or bad, their choices. And whatever choices they make, they should learn from those choices. Don't learn from the consequences, right? That's how life is. No matter who you are, you make choices in life. You take your whatever direction that you choose to take, and you suffer those consequences, good or bad. So basically, with the beginning statement that I made about honoring your mother and your father, regardless of what choices they make, if it's not physically harming you, then, and it's not physically harming them, it's not mentally harming them, then how can you fix in your mind to shun them or disown them? I'm not understanding that. And I've been through a lot with my mother, and I love her to death. She's my mom. She brought me into this world. And she may have had her issues, but who doesn't? And I still love her to this day. I talk to her almost every day. She's my mother. So I just want to like I said, come on here and talk to you guys about honoring your mother and your father. And I know I'm mostly talking about mothers because, Mother's Day is coming up and I'm a mother. But even your father, yeah, they may go through things. They may make mistakes. They may make different choices that you don't agree with. But they're still your mother and your father, So you got to give them a break as well. And when, when you grow up and you become an adult, your mother or father may not do things that you wish that they would do. or they may, let me see how I can put this. They may decide that, okay, they've raised you, they taught you the best that they could, and now it's time for you to be on your own and live with your choices that you made, that they didn't make you make. I don't feel that you should disown them when they may give you a little tough love, and not as tough as others would do. And they do for you, and they do for you, and they're there for you when you need them. They're there for you regardless, until they finally say, okay, it's time to loosen the reins a little bit, And you're doing that to make them stronger, because they're still growing, they're still learning, and you want them to be the best mother or father, or, just to be the best person that they can be. So I don't get how, and I'm being a little transparent, I'm not trying to, go there, but it's on my heart. Your mother and father may make choices that you don't agree with. But again, it's not hurting you. They're fine. I don't see how you can decide to shun them or not speak to them. And I'm not only speaking on my behalf because, obviously, some of you may or may not know I'm divorced, after over 20 some years. And there was a time where, yes, I was very angry with my ex-husband, obviously. When you're going through divorce, it's not pretty. But I still came to the point where I made sure my children reached out to him for his birthday, made sure they reached out to him for Father's Day, different things like that, or when something significant happened in their life. Reach out to your dad. Let your dad know what's going on. Let him know that you're okay. I push those issues because in my mind, that's how it should be. They're still your mother, they're still your father. So, my point is basically, you only have one mother and one father, biologically, or who raised you, however that may be. You only have one. So, think about that. You only have one. Just think about that. And to those mothers that may be going through things where, you're estranged from your children for different reasons, my heart goes out to you. I pray for you, and I hope that you get through this. And just, again, and for those of you who, even if you're a mother and you may be in a similar situation, or you may be, have disowned your mother or been estranged from your mother, think about that thing hard. Think about that thing hard because, you're a mom as well. And your children are going to grow up. You've given them your whole heart. And they're going to grow up and they're going to make their own choices. And I hate to say it is what it is, but it is. And when that happens, if that happens, hopefully it doesn't. But when that happens, you just got to trust in your heart and trust in your mind and your soul that, you've done all that you can. I won't say done all that you can, but you've done the best that you could as a mother, as raising your children, and you just leave it there. You leave it at the altar, you leave it there. You pray about it and you give it to God. Or whoever that you pray to, but you pray about it and you give it to God. And that's all that you can do. So I just want to get on here again, like I said, just help encourage someone that may be going through something like this and let you know that it's okay. It's okay. You got to think about yourself as well. It's okay. And have a happy Mother's Day, everyone.